good in Russell Wayne world right here. Welcome to NFC North Talk with Russell Wayne. Today it's going to be Detroit Lions talk because we're the only ones with a game tonight. We're going to be talking a little bit of Lions. We're going to be talking a little bit of this Kansas City Chiefs and whatever is thrown into the comments right there. We are broadcasting live into Detroit Lions news. Detroit Lions Villain Squad. Please go give us a follow if you're watching right now. Please hit the like button on whatever video source you are. Please hit the subscribe button if you are on the YouTube. Thank you so much for making us one of your listens each and every morning. But this is a special morning, and I have to bring in the Emmy nominated Main Event Mike. Welcome to the program.
One pride, baby.
It's it.
We're gonna buy the kneecap.
We're gonna fight kneecaps tonight, right? It's
Detroit
a real
football.
Detroit Lions football tonight versus the Kansas City Chief in Arrowhead. The tribal chief.
Acknowledge me.
They are the champs. They deserve their due. And but they got some problems, Mike. I'm feeling antsy because I think the Lions can win this game.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something that's very telling, okay? For our viewers out there that don't understand how Las Vegas works, in order for a point spread to move by 1 point, it usually takes $10 million in one direction to move 1 point. That's a lot of cheese, okay? When the odds were first posted, when the schedule came out, the Detroit Lions were a 7-point underdog to the Kansas City Chiefs. Today, on game day, they are a 4.5-point underdog. So either the line has moved, right? 2.5 points, which would be approximately, $25 million in one direction for the Lions.
Right.
Or something else is afoot. And I believe it's that or. Because I don't believe that much money was put on the Lions to move this line. I believe Travis Kelce will not play. And when you add that to Chris Jones being out, the odds makers in Vegas have moved this line back down to 4.5 because they know that Kelce's not going to play. What other reason could it be that the line has shifted? You never see a line move more than 1.5 points.
Right.
For it to go a full 2.5 points down, something is up. And Vegas knows it, and that's why we're seeing this line. So kudos to anyone who got in with the Lions at 7 or even 6.5, because that line is now 4.5 today. But those aren't the numbers I'm worried about today, Russ. The numbers I'm worried about today, first one is 240. Do you know what that is?
I don't know. Help me out.
240 days since that glorious Week 18 night at Lambeau Field.
You like that?
When the Lions walked off the field with a victory and sent Aaron Rodgers out of town and ended their season without a playoff berth. Been 240 days since we've had salient, real football game to watch and talk about, and that is today. And I am so excited. I know everyone out there is too.
I love it. I love it. And gosh, that it's been that long, right? It's been. Wait a minute. It's been. Can I bring out the other number? You said that other number. What is this? What's the other number, Mike?
717 is the other number.
What is the 700? Tell our viewers, Mike, what 717? Why is that significant?
Well, this is directly pointed at the state of Texas, and that's 717 days since the Green Bay Packers have beaten the Detroit Lions.
Acknowledge me.
That's right.
Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge your tribal chiefs, Green Bay Packers.
They have not won. They have not beaten the Detroit Lions since September 20th, 2021. So we're at 717. That streak, of course, will continue until week 4 when we play them again, and hopefully that streak will continue beyond that as well.
I love that streak. We're gonna have to keep a tally on that streak, just to put it in there, since the Green Bay Packers love to just throw history in our face.
Okay, yeah.
We can just
start
keep
a counter, right? Let's start a counter that starts at 717 today,
and that way we at least have 4 weeks before they either break it or, man, they're really going to hate us. They thought they hated us during the summer, but man, let this team start winning. Let this team start winning. Barry, go back, go by the power of Raw. We'll get a win tonight. Thank you, Barry, for the comment. Oh man, Raw to get 2 touchdowns for tonight. Man, I love it when I can use that drop over and over again. John Kapler says, it's game days, baby. Can I get what is it? Can I get Ric Flair? Woo! I think that's Mark Orum's thing, but he definitely likes some Ric Flair. Gonna do some strutting. Detroit Fan Man, episode 5, the road back to football. I guess episode of Inside the Den is coming out at 1 p.m. So yeah, I know all those Packer fans are they're not liking this one here. Just keep John Doran off. Okay. We won't bring John Doran on today. He will definitely be in the comments, I would think, somewhere. He's going to tell me that we're the same old Lions. Go Lions, Joe. I love it. Bear down, Mike. I just got money on Detroit winning. Now, don't shit the bed. You put money on it, huh? All right.
You, Mike. We as Lions fans never bet on the Lions because we've had too much heartache in the past.
We've seen Lucy pull that ball out so many times. And I know that some people take offense to my PTSOL thing, but here's the thing. It only makes you mad because it's true. Because you got to look at this thing, and then you see all the crap that's happened to us over and over the years. And the only cure to this, they got to go in and they got to win games like tonight. Like, you can't get close and win. You got to go in there and you got to go across the finish line. This is almost an impossible place to play. This is a historically awful place to try to go and win a football game, regardless of how good the team is. I mean, I remember Arrowhead being a bad place to play, and they weren't that good, but it was still a hard place to go and play. And I think it's there with Lambeau Field in that way. You know, we did get that victory, over 200 days ago. What was the number?
240 days since we played the Packers and won.
So 240 days ago, that historic Lambeau Field, there's just something about it. It's a hard win no matter what. And Arrowhead's one of those stadiums. Maybe it's the way the design is and the way they lean in on their people. Seattle's another one of those real hard places.
What I was about to say, yeah. I mean, that when your stadium and your fans are the 12th man on the field, right? I mean, that is huge. And the Lions have been taking preparations this week, bringing in big speakers for the offense to try to communicate non-verbally because they're anticipating the noise level. But Dan Campbell said the best way is shut them up.
Right. Oh, I like this. Interesting right here. Vegas needs to get their money line losses back from the Lions last year. Watch a 4-point game like the Chiefs 31. Lions 27, all those huge money line that would come in. Yeah, that would be.
That's a great call out, Dale. Absolutely. Last year, the Lions beat the spread in 10 out of 17 games. And Vegas lost some money on the Lions last year. That's for absolutely sure. And he's saying that 4.5 points is just enough to entice you, a worm on a hook, for you to go ahead and take that bet. And then Chiefs win by 4. And, I guess I don't know what he's saying there, because 4.5, you would still lose. But I think I see what he's trying to say there.
I think where he's trying to go is that it isn't just Kelsey that's moving this line. It's the fact that we beat Vegas last year so many times. So you got that along with Chris Jones, along with, Travis Kelsey not playing. I know Jeremy Ballrick was in the back, one of the back chats, saying that they tried to give it a go and that he isn't going to play tonight. So you could be correct on that.
Did Jeremy Ballrick say he could run a 4.940?
A 4.940? Yes, he said that yesterday.
Jeremy, listening, I have $100 bill that says you cannot run a 4.940. I'm sorry. I love you, man, but come on.
Yeah. So Jason, yeah, and if you heard that, Jeremy, I don't know. That's a $100 bill for you. All you got to do is run that 4940.
I had jumped off the show yesterday, and then I did a couple of work things, and then I jumped back on and was just watching in the comments, and I could have swore I heard him say he could run a 4940. So I just wanted to call that out today. That no way in hell Jeremy can run a 4940.
All right. So John says, if you lose to the crippled Chiefs team, I'm going to be on your ass for a week. LOL. You see, John's already got loaded excuses in there. So
Yep.
we're not. So John has already set himself up. And I see what you're doing here, John. You're setting it up that you win either way. Because if we go and we beat the crippled Chiefs, we only beat the crippled Chiefs, right? So I see what you're doing right there. It isn't going to work. The thing is you got to play the team that you put out there, right? And unfortunately, your team only has Jordan Love, but we got to play a team that has Patrick Mahomes on it, an actual really, really great, maybe one of the greatest quarterbacks
It's my quarterback
of all time. Not my quarterback, but he's the Chiefs quarterback, and we got to play him tonight. So I don't care if they don't have Travis Kelce. Patrick Mahomes makes miracles happen, and that's what he does. He didn't have Tyreek Hill. They're never going to do anything. And he just wins the Super Bowl. So don't give me that crap, John. If they beat the Chiefs, they beat the Chiefs.
You're totally
if they lose to the Chiefs,
himself up with a win-win here, right? No matter what, he gets to poke it back. It's like fighting a girl. If you win, big deal, you beat a girl. If you lose, you got beat up by a girl. So either way, we're not gonna listen to that, John Dorn. You and your Darth Vader presence. We're not gonna take it.
No, this is a 17-game season, and injuries is part of this. It's 1-53, baby. If you ain't got somebody behind Travis Kelce, too bad. Too bad. Lose games. Or, find a way to win games. But he is Patrick Mahomes. 7-1-7. Yes, it's been 717 days.
Acknowledge me.
Since the Green Bay Packers have beaten the Lions. Let's go. Let's go. See?
And I was thinking about that. Aiden Hutchinson doesn't know what it's like to lose to the Packers.
Acknowledge me.
Right there. John says that Pacquiao, how do you even say his name? Pacquiao?
Pacheco.
Is it Pacquiao?
Pacheco.
Isaiah Pacquiao is going to run the ball down our throat. Yeah, I guess that's possible. Lions weren't very good against the run last year.
Let's hope so. That means Patrick Mahomes isn't throwing it. We'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. Jason says, looking like something out of the Looney Tunes with the Ric Flairs. Woo!
Woo!
Oh, I kind of missed the Looney Tunes guy. Okay. Well, he's got a channel. You can go watch Looney Tunes all the time.
I kind of miss the Looney Tunes guy. Oh, let's not make fun of someone else's.
All right. Jeffrey says that it doesn't matter if you have an ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass. Little Dan Campbell right there. Little quote for your morning. Good morning, bitches. FYT. Go back, go.
We're going to bite the kneecap off.
All right.
What do you think about that, Robert? What do you think about that? 717 days since your team beat the worst team, the terrible team, that team.
Acknowledge me.
717 days. You guys got a lot to prove. You're gonna have to prove it out on the field, guys. All this talk that you guys keep on having, you're gonna have to prove it to us. 1 and 3. All right, Jeff, can we set up a petition to help Dan get a live lion at Ford Fields? I think
you can. He didn't really mean that. He was just being funny.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff, if you want to get that petition, you can get 100,000 signatures on there. I bet you I could take that 100,000 signature and all of the pull that we have here at this show, all of the clout that we've gotten over the last couple years, and we might be able to make that happen, Jeff. If not,
it's a Starbucks gift card.
Yeah. One of the two things will happen. Oh, Robert says, go Chiefs, smash those Lions. Oops. Did I say that out loud?
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
You can root against us. That proves more than you think. That you even care. We
I'm
were
going to report you to the Frozen Tender Network that you are a Chiefs fan.
Oh my gosh. And you know how we feel about that. You know how we feel about that. Come on, Robert. You can't be going out there saying go Chiefs. I thought you were go Pack Go.
Detroit Daniel says went and seen Bayern Munich versus Man City at Lambeau Field last year. Was nice to finally see some good football on that field. Nice. You like that. That's a good one.
Oh, John Kapler. Oh, I got a video idea. I would love to come and talk about something that the Lions do or else they still.
Something that they must do. Something that they must do or else they are still the same old Lions. John, you've got me intrigued. I have to know what this is.
Oh, I got a video.
Win the division, maybe? Make the playoffs?
Well, I mean, that's the question. What is it? What takes the SOL mantra off of it? Now, for John Dorn says that if the Lions win the division, that he'll stop using the SOL, saying that it's the same old Lions.
Right.
Because the Lions have never won the division before.
Fields garbage is still in play.
But Fields garbage is still there.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
But yeah, what does it take? Lion fan, what is it going to take to get the SOL in there? I mean, maybe it's already off for you. Because to me, I was looking at last year. There was 3 wins last year that I saw that definitely weren't SOL. They weren't common. It's not common that they sweep teams in the division, and they swept 2 teams. They went 5-1 in the division. That's very uncommon. Winning games on the road has been a very uncommon thing. And they did that
like playoff teams, let alone on the road.
Right. That's one thing that Stafford didn't do since he was drafted in 2009, that he didn't really beat teams that had winning records all that much. And Jared Goff went through and knocked a bunch of those off of.
And they didn't screw up the draft. That's a huge one for me.
So, I mean, but for the outside, for a Packer fan like John to say that he would lay off of the SOL stuff if they won the division, I think that's good. And I think that that's fair. That's fair. Rashni says the Toilet Lions starting the season 0-1. See, it doesn't matter to Rashni's. I mean,
that's okay.
I mean, you think the defending Super Bowl champs won just because of Patrick Mahomes? They have a deep team. They've drafted good. They're one of the people that love just drafting and finding value in every single round.
Right. So we very well could start 0-1, Rajneesh. But the minute we win that first game of the year, we'll already have 1/3 of your team's win total for the entire season last year. So that's okay. 0-1 is not the end of the world.
I mean, and to go back to John's thing, I mean, since he's going to give us a bunch of stuff if we lose to this team, what if the Lions go in because they don't have Kelsey and they don't have Chris Jones? They just run the ball down their throat and then they win like 28-14. What are you going to say? What are you going to say then? Oh, well, they should have did that. No. This is a big game. This is a huge game for the Lions organization to change narratives right here. I predict Goff tossing 2 TDs, 1 in the red zone and 1 from the outside.
There you go. 1 in the red zone to Sam Laporta.
I had a vision that they run the ball right off of left guard in between Jonah Jackson and Taylor Decker. And because they don't have Chris Jones, that Jahmyr Gibbs has a couple rushing touchdowns because they have very well blocked run plays.
Well, David Montgomery in all of my fantasy leagues. So I really need David Montgomery to be the number 1 back for Detroit my fantasy prospects.
Oh, Steve is real. Yeah. Steve never comes with excuses. Steve comes with what's real. Yeah.
I love it. Steve talking about himself in the third person. That is epic.
So go Pack go from Joshua. Yes, you guys got a big game. When we come in and we're going to talk tomorrow about, what happened in this game today, but then we are going to be focusing on these other teams in NFC North because, you guys are going to be playing. It's War Week.
Yeah,
We
Jason
will be.
says the team that has the ball last is going to win tonight. I mean, that indicates that it's a shootout. You might be looking to take the over, Jason, if that's true. And I think this defense in Detroit's much improved. I think we are going to get some stops, and I think we're going to stop Patrick Mahomes. Whether or not we win the game, I don't see it the way you do, Jason. That I don't see this as a shootout. It's week one, and it's very well known that the under hits in week one more than any week in football.
Yeah, I'm one of those weird people. Every time that everyone starts claiming shootout and they want to take the over on the points for the whole thing, I would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised not one bit if neither team scored over 30 points. I mean, that I see it being a game like that. I see Dan Campbell calling a game like that. You don't think Dan Campbell knows to keep Patrick Mahomes on the sidelines? I mean, if they get into this thing, maybe they think they can win a shootout. Yep. Maybe they think that we have better weapons than they have.
Yeah, and special teams might be the determining factor, right? Being able to flip the field, being able to work on a short field, making Patrick Mahomes go 80 yards every time to score. I mean, that could be huge in this game.
And one of the things I love about the way that, like, Dan Campbell has kind of molded now he's kind of got a coaching style. And at the end of games, I love the fact that I have a coach that on 4th and 2, he's going to go win the game rather than play not to lose. I think that's going to be in his mantra, that if he does have a chance to close out Patrick Mahomes, he's going to take that chance tonight. He's not going to punt the ball to him and try to, oh my God, if I can put him in, he has 99 yards to go, then I'll trust my defense. He's going to go to close games out to kneel on the ball, just like he did in Lambeau. And I love that about his new coaching style. And Green Bay will lose 2 times to us. Oh my gosh. Yes.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Good. You can add 400 days to that 717 if that's the case, Brett.
Yep, I have to make sure that I make that. I got to make my 717 meme today. That's got to go up. I don't know. Man, you guys are going to really hate us. Oh, man.
Pacheco.
Yep.
Isaiah Pacheco went to Rutgers, 7th round draft pick. Does this guy run violently? He runs angry. We hear that all the time, but I've really never seen a running back that it really made sense when I watch him run. That Isaiah Pacheco does run angry.
Yeah, Pacheco, but I think it's more fun to call him Pacquiao because he does hit hard, Like they got Pacquiao going to be dropping people. Oh God, no Looney Tunes guys. No. Oh, we're going to get out of there. I ain't even going there. John, shame on you. Shame on you. You just got a spiritual black eye from me. There you go. Dwayne Kane. Let's go Detroit Lions strong. I ain't even acknowledging that. I'm not talking.
It's interesting that the Looney Tunes guy gets as much publicity as John Dorn on this show.
Oh, Brett, but Montgomery is bite kneecaps all of the way to the end zone. I did hear them talking on how they're going to use both those guys. I think that we're both okay because I got Jahmyr Gibbs in a couple of my leagues, and you took the David Montgomery bet, and I think they're going to use both of those guys a lot.
Yeah, Ben Johnson actually said it in the coordinator press conference this week. They asked him, what can we expect to see with these two guys all through the preseason? We didn't see these two on the field together. What can we expect to see? And Ben Johnson was, matter of fact, I'm not going to tell you. I'm keeping that to myself. I'm going to keep that close to the vest. But I can tell you this, we're going to line them up in ways that you're not expecting. We don't think our opponents are going to expect it either. So it's going to be very interesting. We might see Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield and David Montgomery split out wide when everybody's thinking it's going to be the other way. It's going to be so interesting. I just can't wait. Let the countdown begin, my friends.
There we go. Detroit, Home Tailgate says, he said, acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me.
There you go. You get that drop. This is great right here. John, how many days since the Lions won a playoff game? What?
Playoffs.
What is that? I don't even
We
know.
just told you, John, it's been 240. Beating you in Lambeau is our playoff game, okay?
Yeah, we won a playoff game last year. Oh gosh, John, you got us there. I mean,
you like that.
I don't really like that, but we got nothing to say. But other than
Can you
700,
can I read that John Dorn comment in like the voice of the two old guys at the Muppet Show?
Yeah.
How many days since the Lions won a playoff game?
I don't know how many games it's been since we won a playoff game, but I do know that it's been 717 days since the Packers have won.
Acknowledge me.
I can give you a rough estimate. It was we last won a playoff game in 1993, which would have been January. So we're looking at close to 21 years. John, there's your answer.
Oh, okay. Jeffrey Addison, don't forget the Lions have swept the Packers 3 of the last 6 years, including the last 3 wins in a row.
Ooh, yeah. Good point, Jeff. You like that?
Yes, we're talking about the this is current events right here. Curtis says our D line will have to set the tone early. Will Branch spy Patrick throughout the game?
I don't think so. I think he's a rookie in his first game. They're going to tell him to play the nickel. I don't think they're going to put a spy on the greatest player on the planet with a rookie. You might see a linebacker spying, a guy like Malcolm Rodriguez when he's out there, maybe even a James Houston, guys that can catch him. I'm sure Brian can catch him, but he's going to be in coverage.
Yeah, but I'm looking at that Brian Branch, and you know how hard it is when it comes to how Dan Campbell runs these training camps and to win starting positions. So if Brian Branch is out there as the starting nickel corner, he's going to trust him to do whatever. You know, I mean, if you're the starter, it's not like, well, let's see what he can do. It's like, no, you're the starter. You earned the position. So if they do ask him to spy Patrick Mahomes, it could be Brian Branch. And
right,
Brian
I
Branch.
love the first part of Curtis's question, and thank you for the comment, Curtis, by the way, that our D-line will have to set the tone early. That's a great call out. Let's get to the 3rd and long right off the bat, right? Let's make them do that. And if Kelsey's not there, his number one favorite target isn't there, that D-line setting the tone on 1st and 2nd down is going to be huge for us. Yeah,
and how well can our brand new secondary guys, you know, we like our guys, you know, Cam Sutton's a good corner. CJ Gardner-Johnson's a good safety. Kirby Joseph has proven that he can be a pretty good safety. Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, the new guys in there to stop the worst team at guarding tight ends in the history of the league, it seemed like. So they got those 2 guys. So they have the pieces that were there. Now, can they cover for long enough to have that D-line set the tone early? You know, can they swallow him up and keep Patrick Mahomes inside that pocket? Because, you know, when he gets outside that pocket, that's when he makes all of those miracles happen. So that's a great comment right there. Thank you.
I feel like Jeremy Ballreich is out in front of his house right now running a 40 just to time himself to see if he can win that 100.
Hey, it's easy money right there if he can do it. Right there. I'm glad that, you know, gambling is legal now in the United States. I don't know if it's legal that way, but but yeah, you got $100 bucks. It says he couldn't do it. Let's get it out there. Does he get more than 1 try? Is it like 2 out of?
Hell no.
You got
you know what? A 4.9 40. Yeah, I'll give him 2 tries for sure.
Okay. John Dorn. Love is going to have an Aaron Rodgers flashbacks of being intercepted out of the division. We're talking about Kirby Joseph as the daddy, the new daddy. Robert says, LOL, you have to win the North. No, we just have to beat you. It's been 717 days since you've beaten these Detroit Lions.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah. And we do have to win the North.
And Robert, you are on record to say, if you win the North, I'll be the first one to congratulate you and give you your props. You did say that, Robert. So we're going to hold you to that if it comes true.
And I have no doubt in my mind that Robert will right there, because that seems to be, and from the enemy, that's not bad. I mean, you're asking, you want to prove that you're not the same old Lions? You want to prove that? Win the North. Do something you've never done.
Right. It's called honor among thieves. In this case, it's honor among cheese.
Honor among cheese. And you got the general Gouda cheese. All right. So Mike smoking the mile-long cigarette. They're wondering how you can keep the ash that long. I mean, what is your secret? Oh, that's good stuff. You know what? I mean, we don't normally do this, but I'm like in this really, really good mood right now. Are you in a good?
Scotty Reno in the house.
Scotty Reno is in the house, and it makes me want to give people access to you. Do you think on game day of opening game day, you know, if somebody wants to come on and have a conversation with us, do you feel like talking to the people a little bit today?
Sure, man. Let them in.
I mean, this is an exciting day for everybody. If you guys want to run mouth, because I mean, we've been regurgitating the same crap for like the last 3 months. We're all excited about our team. So, I mean, if you want to come on and show some excitement, I can read your comments too. I love that. But
tomorrow is going to be the best day, Russ. Whether we win or lose, it's going to be great tomorrow to talk about a real salient football game, something that matters. That's going to be so great for tomorrow morning.
Because I look at this like preseason, we were really happy when preseason got here for about 6 seconds. And then you realize that you're not going to see any of the guys. It's like, we really want to see the starters, and Dan Campbell, like, he starved us from that. He didn't even show us any starters on any game. It's like, man, I mean, other than a couple of the rookie guys right there. Aleem McNeil will shut Manny Pacquiao down. You know, it might just be too big. I mean, maybe Aleem hits a little harder
all year.
I'm gonna call him Pacquiao, because he hits hard.
And Aleem McNeil, I know, one of your favorite Lions. He's transformed his body. I mean, he wasn't even listed on the depth chart as the starter, though, Russ. I fully expect him to start. What about you?
Aleem? Yeah, fully. I mean, I fully expect him to start. I expect him to get more snaps than like any other defensive tackle, because I do believe they're putting a lot on his plate this year, because he made jumps. He had a good first year, and then he got better last year and made the noticeable jumps. I mean, and that's what they do. It's natural progression for a lot of the guys. You know, if they learn, you find out that they can play.
And if you ever see an interview with Aleem McNeil, he's so affable, such a nice guy, such a high character guy. And that seems to be the common thread that Brad Holmes has been weaving throughout this roster.
All right. Michael says it's time to bite
the kneecap off. We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yeah, I got to make sure I get that. And thank you for that. It's time to bite off some kneecaps and ankles. We're throwing some ankles. Yeah, well, we're going to gnaw off your whole leg. Jason says that I feel Jordan Love is going to make the rest of the division get out on notice. Go, Pack, go.
I'm sorry, Jason.
It's my quarterback.
You actually have the word bozo in your last names. That makes it hard to take you seriously.
Yeah, but who knows what? I mean, those are the two. I love that they're playing each other, because those are the two question marks. Have to go head to head week 1, and that's pretty exciting too.
That Packers-Bears game is so intriguing. I got the Bears covering the spread. Chicago's just too far away with a decimated offensive line.
Yeah, I think the Packers are going to take care of business, and I think they'll win by double digits. They'll go more than that, and that's where I'm at with that game. But we'll see. I mean, I tell you what, I'm going to have a blast coming on here Monday if the Chicago Bears get that victory over the Green Bay Packers. And the Lions do kind of have a gimme game right here when it comes to that, because I know that I'll be upset if they lose the game, right? you know, and it's a close game. I don't want to hear that close shit anymore. I'm done with that.
You've had enough of that shit.
I have. I want them to win these games now that are the big games. But I know that the majority of the fan base is going to be like, you know, it was the Kansas City Chiefs. But I'm telling you, if the Chicago Bears win this game, you're not going to hear the end of it. It's going to be great from, you know, Bear Down Mike and all these people coming on here. But from my position, you know, I picked you to win. You should have won. You should have won. You should win. We got Curtis. We got welcome to the main stage, Curtis. Well, we'll see if he can. Maybe it's taking a while for him to connect. Well, I'm going to throw him backstage again, and when he does connect, we will bring him back in, and I'll give him another intro like that. So, true. Both will be bussing. All right. Yes, shame on me. I make good jokes. Y'all still laughed, hee, but you're the real ones that are the key, not the same old lines. No, I mean, you make good jokes and you make bad jokes too. I want you to know that. Like your joke on the last one, I'll tell you, because I have an autistic son. When you say stuff like short bus, that's offensive to me. And I'm just going to come right out and tell you right that. So if that's the way you feel, Looney Tunes guy, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. But I like your Lions jokes. Keep it to Lions jokes. That way I can like John Kapler.
John Kapler, I need you to tell me. I'm in suspense. What is the one thing that you're pointing at that's going to shake the SOL moniker? I'm on pins and needles. Let me know.
Well, we do have John Kapler in the back, and we have.
Come on and tell us.
But I do have Curtis on here, and I tried to get Curtis on before, but he was having some connection issues. So welcome to the main stage, Curtis.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
One pride, Curtis.
What? I see you're wearing purple. Is that purple or blue?
Oh, it's a Lions jersey, baby.
It's purple.
Okay.
It's
so
blue.
we have all Lions fans. We got John Kapler. Welcome to the stage.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
It's football day
here now.
Playoffs.
Woo!
So we do. I did call this out. This is the Detroit Lions game talk. I do know that we have some of the other fan bases in there. They're allowed to be here. They're allowed to troll us. You know how that goes there.
Yeah.
But we are talking Lions football. Arrowhead. We're in Arrowhead tonight. There's no sleep on it. It's happening.
Oh.
I'll start with you,
No
John.
more sleeps to count. No more sleeps to count. Game day is here.
So I want you to answer main event Mike's question right there, and answer your own question from your deal.
Well, as it is uploading now, just made a video to come on. You have been promoted in it. Just so you know, a little Russell Wayne plug for you. So how do the Lions? Yes, we like that. We don't like that. We love that. How do the Lions not be the same old past tense SOL team?
Well,
we're not on the ass end of highlight packages tonight. We are not come up a year from now. We are not part of. Well, remember when the Lions were doing this and doing that, and they came up short? Look at this highlight package of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs doing X, Y, and Z.
So we don't want any of these moments. I don't want to add a picture from tonight.
We want to be on the good end. That's how we stop being, and that's what I said in my video. Go check it out once it uploads. To not be on the butt end of the highlight. To be the highlight.
Let's be the highlight.
That's how we stop being SOL.
Well, what do you think about that, Curtis? What do we got to do to stop being SOL in your mind?
Oh my gosh, I know it's been rough 25 years, but I don't know. I think the way we were playing last year, the last 10 games, I think we've gotten better defensively. Believe it or not, I actually have the Detroit Lions.
What's going on?
Actually, go ahead. You actually have Detroit Lions. What, Curtis?
I have Detroit Lions defense starting on my fantasy tonight. That's how confident I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would love to be in your league.
Right?
You're welcome to join our league anytime, Curtis.
Yeah.
Hey, come on now. They got no.
Yeah.
Kelsey's out. Chris Jones and a little test, but I have all the confidence in the world in what Dan Campbell's doing and what that defense is doing. That defensive line is stacked. I think we're going to come after Holmes often and a lot. Upgraded on the secondary. I don't know, man. I'm so excited. I'm pumped. I'm ready.
So give me give me a score and give me give me a prediction of the score. I think I got yours already, John, don't I? Or no?
I didn't give a score prediction.
Yes, I would love to get scores and predictions. I tried to write all the people that come onto the show. I want to write what they think. And if you don't want to do it, that's fine. But I mean, that'd be lame. Come on.
All right.
Do it.
Pick a score. What's the score gonna be?
Tonight,
I try and be a realistic person, but I'm a Lions fan.
Great.
Sometimes you can't be realistic and be a Lions fan.
I know it hurts right here in the field.
Don't worry about your take not being good, John. We already know it isn't. Just give us a score.
Let's go Lions 32, Chiefs 26.
Ooh.
That is nice.
He got us win by 6. Okay. I like it.
How about you, Curtis?
Got a score prediction for tonight?
Kelsey's out. I got maybe they get in the end zone 2 or 3 times, a couple field goals. I like the 32-26 that he said. I'll go 34-28.
34-28. Let us know what your prediction is for the game tonight with the Chiefs and the Lions. Put it in the comments, and we will kick it around, talk about it, maybe even ridicule it.
I love that right there. I like 34-28 right there. That's like 5 touchdowns with Patterson missing an extra point. Right. I like that.
Something like that. 2-point conversion, maybe somewhere along the lines. We'll see.
Or maybe 4 touchdowns and 2 field goals. I like it. I like that. All right, we got John. Hey, John Dorn says 34, Lions 27. I like that. Actually, this is actually John being respectful with his score.
I could have gone with that one too. That would have been like a realistic score for me. So
Jason,
I respect that.
Skol today. I forgot our Skol acronym of the day.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Our since it is Kirk Cousins' last year in Minnesota, today's Skol acronym is sending Kirk out a loser.
Oh my gosh. And speaking of which, right there's Jason MC. Welcome to the program. I like that, Jason. Yeah, I love that you come and support your team, even though we run them through the mud every week. I got one more.
We were once that.
I start work at 5 a.m. My ass is taking a nap. And when I get home, my wifey already said that she is good with it. All right.
Heck yeah. Salute to One Funky Lion's wife. That is a woman right there. That is a great wife. That is a great wife.
To all understanding wives that let us football heads go out and be jackasses once a week for 17 weeks in a row.
Wives, girlfriends, fiancés that put up with our craziness on the weekends for the love of our football.
We have a lot
Thank
of
you. We appreciate it.
On this show as well. A lot of females out there watching, listen to us. So kudos to their other halves as well.
There are quite a few, yes.
Lions win in Burrowhead tonight.
Yeah. They were so
they
said that. When Joe Burrow said we call it Burrowhead, oh boy, those Chiefs fans were so offended by that. I love that.
Oh, so they were crying? They
Oh, yeah,
were they
I love that. Well,
were they into their feelings?
well, they had lost 3 in a row at the time, and they came back last year to get to the Super Bowl and got it done. But
So what is another place that somebody shouldn't be into their feelings?
Brett thinks 35-31 as well.
35-31.
I like that score.
All right.
And
All right,
Burrowhead,
that's a good one.
where else shouldn't they have feelings, Mike? Like where shouldn't we have feelings? Where should we leave our feelings at home?
On Monday
Oh,
nights
God.
at 7 p.m. Eastern time, you should leave your feelings at home and bring your thick skin, because we will be ripping you a new one. Bring your trash talk. NFC North open mic night, Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, I love it. I was trying to set it up good. Curtis has got like this, like
I was wondering what was going on, and then I saw it. I was like, oh, plug for the show.
And I'm going right now to search if Curtis and John have liked our page.
How about anybody else?
Unless you've liked our page.
I swear I've liked your page numerous times, but maybe
thank
not.
you, Curtis.
Oh yeah,
I got to remember to get my butt on there.
man.
I really got to remember. I keep missing it.
For all of you at
You
home,
know me, I can talk.
Squad, like the page, go over to our YouTube. It's at Main Event 365. Subscribe, smash that subscribe button, because that's the fuel that makes it go.
The fuel that makes it go, because you're watching on a platform right now.
Right.
You are. You're either on Facebook, you're on Detroit Line, whatever platform that you are on, whatever video you're on, take the time out, go and hit that like button. Doesn't take too long, and it actually helps, and it's free. Doesn't cost you anything, and you're watching it anyway, right?
If
and we
Russ
love
has
that
to go
you
out
do
and get
it.
a job, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. We going to the playoff. The proof is in the pudding, and that's how you leave SOL behind. That's what
it.
you
Winning,
love it.
baby. That's how you
Love it.
and that's it. I believe that PTSOL people that say SOL, they deserve to say that. They deserve to say that until they don't.
That's right.
What about a bold prediction, everyone, for tonight's game? Not scores, but a bold prediction that a player does something.
I think CJ Gardner-Johnson gets an interception on Mahomes.
Okay. Nice.
I have a bold prediction that the Lions defense will look unrecognizable. Like they are going to put the NFL on notice. It's not going to look anything like that you've ever seen before. And I'm predicting more than 3 sacks on Mahomes and a dominating performance by our defensive line.
Wow, if Aiden Hutchinson gets to sack Mahomes, that'll be great for him.
That's why I got him on my fantasy team, man. See?
I think that's the part of the Lions team
you
that
have individual defensive players on your team? On your league?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Starting tonight.
I've never done that before. I've never had individual defense.
I've seen that. I saw that this week, and I thought that was very interesting.
It's just defense special team. It's not individual players.
No, there is a league where, I mean, obviously you have to pay more. I forget which one it is. If it's NFL. You can actually pick individual defensive players, and I was like, "Oh."
We only have one. I'm in one where they only pick one. It's all right. I mean, it's just another way to add more stats to what you got going on.
What defensive player did you take, Russ?
I had Aiden Hutchinson.
Of course, you homer.
Well, why not?
My bold prediction is on defense as well. That I went back last night and I watched the Panthers game, and I was watching Levi own Zarike, get skinny and getting through. I predict that he gets some pressures and gets half a sack.
I like it. I like that prediction.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Can we get a Kirk Cousins for that prediction? You like that? Because Levi hasn't seen the field yet in the Lions uniform for anything meaningful. It's going to be so great to see him, just to see him go out there and play a second-round draft pick. And I love that prediction, John, that he gets some pressures and at least a half a sack. I love that prediction.
And their guards and centers are one of the best guard-center combinations in Kansas City. So for him to be able to go out and be on a combo, that would be great.
I love it.
I think.
You know what? Go ahead.
I think Romeo Okwara had a great camp. He's looking healthy. I can see 2 sacks out of him tonight if they double Aiden on the other side.
Wow, I love the different takes on that. Here's an Amon Ra with the first touchdown. I love that. I love that take because
We got to remember at some point they're going to put in the rookie right next to McNeil, and those are some big ham hocks. So you're going to have to double team one of those dudes. I mean, you got a guy who slimmed down to 315. You got a guy at 6'6" who's 330. You know,
You think
someone's getting a sack off of those two boys?
John, you think Broderick Martin gets on the field tonight?
I mean, for a certain package, I mean, I think he should. You know, that's a big dude.
That one. I don't think Broderick Martin sees the field tonight. Too big of a game, too stiff of a competition, too deep of a rotation on the defensive line. I don't think they can afford to put a rookie in on the D line tonight. That's I like the call.
Benito Jones and Pascal will probably get most of the action there.
Yeah, I did a little piece on Benito Jones because of the way that they were talking about Benito Jones and this whole Isaiah Buggs
thing. He's a big
thing.
boy too.
But Isaiah Buggs not being dressed for tonight, and there was some controversy around it by the way that he tweeted and everything. But when it came down to was he just lost a job. Benito Jones beat him. He beat him out. Jumped him on the depth chart, and now Benito Jones is in that spot that Isaiah was last week.
That's what we deduced that, but I'm not so sure anymore. I think there's something else that happened that we're not privy to, that Dan Campbell is keeping that close to the vest, because when asked about it, he was real matter of fact, and he said, we're gonna evaluate the tape and the preparation. And those are the guys that are going to play. So something happened. We do know that Isaiah Buggs missed a practice because of a family emergency, supposedly. So I think there's more to it. Something happened, and we're never going to know what it was that kept Isaiah Buggs off the starting roster this week.
But there was other things that went along with that, though, Mike. It wasn't just this right here. In the last preseason games, Isaiah Buggs was in the fourth quarter taking snaps, and people were like, "Whoa!" They didn't even think anything of it. So it's like I think this has been an ongoing thing throughout training camp. Benito Jones has just been outplaying him, and he did miss a practice due to a family emergency, but on a short week, Dan Campbell's going to put the guys out there that have prepared the most to be ready for this game. They can kick him off.
And that's not a bad thing. That Benito Jones has come up from where he was at, even coming from fourth string to third string. That's a good thing. That's just our depth getting better. That's a good thing.
It doesn't feel like he's punishing. It doesn't feel like a punishing thing. It feels like an all good thing because he had such glowing things to say about how Benito Jones. He's only 25 years old. He's only third.
And I believe you guys said it yesterday, in the video in the live, that this is game to game sort of thing. I made a video last night, piggybacking off of that each week is going to be different. Maybe this year we're playing more, scheme matchup. Maybe next week he'll be good to play because there'll be a weakness that is a strength for him. So,
yeah. Hey, John, is there somewhere where our listeners can check you out? You want to give yourself a plug right here?
Sure, why not? Just type it in, John Kapler, Detroit Lions Talk with John Kapler. Everything Lions. I ain't got the greatest setup. What you see right now is what it always is in front of a phone. Sometimes maybe, I'm recording the TV, doing something. Always open to talk Lions ball. Leave comments in the section. That's all I ever want is comments. I'm not bugging for subs. I don't do subscriptions, no PayPal, none of that garbage.
Okay.
I'll even start running a class on how to pronounce names because I know there are some fans that have a hard time with pronouncing names. Levi Onwuzurike.
Okay, Curtis, you got anything you want to plug there on the show? Curtis, you got anything you want to plug there on the show?
Hey, I'm just thankful you guys do this show. I really appreciate it. I try to get in here as much as I can, but I've been a Lions fan since Barry retired.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, I've been going through the same stuff you've been going through. Maybe not as many years, but 25 years is long enough. I've seen a lot. But man, I tell you what, I'm never gonna give up on my my Honolulu Blue. Man, I tell you what, this is the year though. I feel it.
That's what a diehard fan is. You don't give up. You don't jump ship. And I feel it too, Curtis. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I know I'm a little older than all of you guys, but I can tell you it feels there's something in the air this year. It's special. And guys like John Dorn and all these other haters, Robert, you guys are going to eat it this year. I can feel it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I don't have any shame. Please, if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. That subscribe button. I have no shame in asking people to subscribe. I do come on here every day. I do provide a platform for anybody to come on and everything, and I am committed to doing it 365 days a year in some shape or form. And all I ask in return is that you smash the subscribe button, hit a like button on the video that you're looking at, and we'd be more than happy to come on here and every day and give you guys football content. And God bless the ones that are doing that. Thank
Russ,
you.
I'm going to jump off, so I'm going to plug the podcast right now. Is that okay?
You can do that. You
All
can
right,
do
every
it.
Thursday, anywhere where you find your podcast, you can find the Main Event 365 podcast show. We do tape it and put it out into social media as well. But if you really want to listen, give it a good listen. Go to wherever you get your podcasts and look up Main Event 365 podcast show. I'm Main Event Mike. God bless you all.
Well, that is Main Event Mike. I love having Main Event Mike on this. He's helped me out so much as far as like I used to just be a producer kind of guy, and he's like, you should get out there and do your own thing too, and that's what we've been doing right there. I'm sorry, Curtis. I'm going to take you out right here, and I'm going to bring in A-Dub. Welcome to the program, brother.
What's up?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
What's good?
Not much, man. Just relaxing at work at the moment.
You got any crazy
Same, I
predictions
feel
for
you.
tonight?
Well, I ain't got much to say. Like, I've already stuck to what I'm just sticking to what I said before. Like, I give the Lions every chance to win.
I mean,
Like,
with
I feel it is going to be very close, as everybody does say. It'll be a close contest. I mean, I always find it odd to where I could pretty much say that I usually don't count Patrick Mahomes out, but given how shorthanded he would be tonight, and even as they are going, they're more than likely to have a Super Bowl hangover this season. Yeah, I give the Lions every bit of chance, especially when they're playing them at the right time.
You know, I'm looking at Brett's comment right here. You know, he was called out yesterday by Robert, thinking that Mike was seen leaving Arrowhead Stadium like Nancy Kerrigan with a baseball.
That was great. That was great. The Nancy Kerrigan comment got me rolling. My coworker's like, "What are you laughing at, dude?" I'm like, "Nancy Kerrigan joked like who?" I'm like, "You wouldn't understand." That was great.
Beth says that we need to win the division and win a playoff game. Finally, could be this year.
Yes.
Playoffs?
Yeah, it feels weird. I do believe that the team will look different tonight. Like
How awesome would it be if that playoff game was against a division rival, like the Packers, and we win?
I just want to beat Kansas City tonight. Like, I
Oh
mean,
yeah, no, I'm just wild ideas. You know me, man. But in the playoffs, that first round, we beat the Packers. Then we beat the Packers in the playoffs. Oh man.
Gibbs throws a tutty. There you go.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what, I got to write that one down because Mike, if
Yes.
you write that one, you got to get some.
Oh.
You get 10
The
Kirk
words
Cousins
Ric
on
Flair.
this one.
Woo. That is a Ric Flair woo for sure.
Mike Fisher will get a 10 bag of Kirk Cousins. You like that? If you get that one right. Gibbs throws a tutty. I love it.
Oh man! But who's he throwing the tutty to?
I'll give
For
you
the
two.
bonus. For the bonus, who's the tutty going to, Mike? Is it going to St. Brown? Who's it going to? I gotta know.
It's going to Goff.
That would be. Oh my God! I would lose it. Oh, you thought the Penei Sewell catch was hilarious? I gotta calm down. Ooh.
So Manny Pacquiao gets over 100 yards against the Lions' weak defense. That's what he says.
All purpose, not rushing. All purpose. Fine. 100 on the dot. Cool.
Hutch has 2 sacks and a forced fumble.
No interceptions? No interceptions? Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, John, it's going to be really hard for me to react to these comments when you react to all of them too. So
My bad. Sorry, I'm hogging it. Go for
it. Jeffrey says, bold prediction for the first time in his career, Mahomes will have more interceptions than touchdowns. Now, what do you think of that, John?
Ooh. That's beyond bold. I don't got a word for that one.
I mean, never in his career. Is that true? Is that true that this would be the first time? Oh, I'm going to invite
I feel
Jason.
like it.
Jason,
I don't know if that was.
What's going on, brother?
Jason.
All right. Where was I here?
But speaking of the time, I got to get out of here. I got to get back to work. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for everyone chiming in the comments.
Take it easy, John. You have a great day,
and
brother.
As always, go Lions. Have a good one.
Go Lions. One pride. One pride.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Actually, I'm actually surrounded by Packers right now. Oh no. What are we going to do? Do you have any different predictions from yesterday now that we know that Kelsey is not looking like he's going to be playing at all?
I honestly think that you had a comment in there earlier that you kind of worry about how they're going to make up for that, how they're going to approach that. They could go in a lot of different directions not having Kelsey in there. What is it going to be, though?
He's Patrick Mahomes. To me, he'll figure something out. Those wide receivers are unknown, basically unknown. I mean, you know who they are, but they're all real fast and they're slippery. Our defensive backs are going to be running all over the place tonight, trying to keep up with them guys.
You guys don't think somebody said also 35-31? And you don't think you wouldn't consider that a shootout?
35-31. I don't think that either team's going to get 30 points, but no. I mean, that's just me, because whenever you have something like this where both these teams are trying to be shootouts, part of the strategy is going to be running a football. I mean, I don't see this going in and being like that. I mean, the Lions defense is different. It's going to be different. I mean, everybody can undersell the things that they've done, but the problems that they had last year, they made action towards every single one of those problems and added depth behind that action that they had. So
is that line still 6.5?
No, it's 4.5 now.
Oh, it's 4.5.
So, definitely Travis Kelce's going to make a big difference.
Because at one point it was at 7.5, a week and a half ago.
Yeah. Kudos to the people that got that 7.5 line and got their bets in before they changed it. Because
that's where it's at.
The Lions have a opportunity here to do something that, and this is just a regular season game, but changing a narrative. You can't lose this game.
I agree. I mean, if you guys come out with a dub on that, you guys got to be feeling pretty good. I mean, Arrowhead is a hard place to play in, and their fans are super rowdy.
And
it's said the first game, and it's been said the first game will usually set the tone for how your season goes too.
Very true.
Right. And there's been very few losses in my life where I felt good after the loss, but there have been a couple, and, going blow for blow with the champions would be cool, but not when they're missing their 2 best players. Like, I think that the Lions should go in and they should move to make the statement and not take their foot off the gas. Go in there and knock down the champ while he's hurt. You know, you could see that they're hurt. So
if they got two guys out that are just, I mean, key players for them, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, a dub's a dub, minus those players or with those players. I mean, yeah, you know, that's a win either way. You want to slice it.
Yeah, it counts.
Yeah, and the same thing can be said when it comes to Green Bay versus Chicago. Like, Packers are more than likely not going to have their top two receivers out there in this game. Even if we win or lose without them, you have to take it however way it comes.
Right. Yep. Right. So they are without Dobbs and Watson for sure now.
It hasn't been said about whether or not they will play. Like, it still remains to be determined if they will play or not. We just know they are on there with the hamstring injuries, and if they linger, they probably won't play. But it hasn't been decided just yet.
Wow, that might actually move my line in my head. I still think Green Bay is going to win the game, even if both of the receivers are out. But I think it'll definitely be closer if you're depending on two rookie tight ends and, you know, a rookie wide receiver to be your number ones in the first game. Like, that would be kind of crazy. Do you have somebody else who would step up if those two were both out? Who would be the go-to wide receiver? Torrey?
As far as receivers behind them, we had Jaden Reed and Samori Toure as the next man up.
So that's not good. That's you don't want Jordan Love having his number one receiver be the only guy that he hasn't thrown to for the last. You
also have Heath too, that made a really big splash in preseason and made this 53-man roster.
Undrafted free agent. Yep. That undrafted free agent we got. You know.
And he seems pretty hungry too.
And you can still run the football when it comes with that. But that'll be interesting. Let me see what else we got on here. Let me see if I got. Sounds like runs open up the pass, of course, here. It will not happen. Mahomes going to smoke the Lions like a blunt. It's like, who are their wide receivers again? Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney.
And MVS.
Yep.
And MVS. Man, I don't know. I mean, they're not going to do it because those guys. I mean, if Mahomes is going to be Mahomes, I mean, Mahomes is Mahomes, right? But if they can make them one-dimensional, it's just like any other team. It's just like any other team. Last year for the Lions, it was Thanksgiving game when they played Buffalo. No one gave them a chance in that game. That was an L, and they played them really, really tough. And I really thought after that game that they could win. I said that they'd win 6 in a row, but they ended up, you know, winning 3, then losing in Carolina, and then winning 3 more to close out the season. Because you could see it. You could see the team getting better week to week to week to week, even in the losses. You could see the young players starting to develop. You guys know that. You guys did the same thing with your defense last year. Mm-hmm. You had a bunch of guys that needed to, you know, come up and start playing out by the middle of the season. It wasn't good at the beginning, but they ended up playing well by the end of the season. That defense played better at the end of the season. So I don't know. I don't know if Mahomes is going to smoke the Lions like a blunt. Don't be surprised if if the same old Lions look a little bit different tonight. Okay. It's like, don't say that I didn't warn you when it looks a little bit different tonight, but maybe it looks the same. Maybe it's the same old Lions. Then Lucy pulls the ball out. Goff throws 3 interceptions. They lose, 31-0. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so, though. Lions are going to run as much and as long as they can. Time of possession, key factor in winning. You like that? It's a great call. That's a great call. And that's the key. Keep Mahomes off the field. If the Lions win tonight, we're making a huge statement. You damn right.
Yeah, you want to eat clock. I mean, you definitely want to do that, on your possessions.
Yeah.
Devin says, what are your predictions for the game tonight? We kind of went through that already, but I had a thought in my head that this vision in my head. The Lions offensive line allowed 4 yards before contact, and I envisioned them just running the ball right off left guard and it going for a touchdown with Jahmyr Gibbs, the home run guy that you got at 12 overall, to do just that behind the best offensive line in the league. Would that surprise me? Would that surprise you guys? If a perfectly blocked offensive line and you take a playmaker, you put it back, and then he takes a run to the house against a defense that doesn't have Chris Jones. Right at him. They don't have any answers for that. Like, everybody thinks that the Lions are going to get smoked in this game. Like, the Chiefs have more questions that need answered.
Yeah, if you got a guy like that missing in the middle, you definitely want to see what you can do and try to exploit and see what happens.
Like, my superstars are Frank Ragnow, Penei Sewell, Taylor Decker, and Jonah Jackson. My offensive line, that's my superstar. And it's like, in years past, it's like, what are you going to do about this guy? What are you going to do about that guy? What are you going to do about that, Kansas City? You have no answer for my offensive line right now. They should be able to run the ball right down their throat. Nothing. There's nothing you can do about it. You're going to send Karliftis after us? I mean, you don't have anybody to rush the passer. To me, I'm looking back there. I think that Jared Goff is going to have a sip of lemonade with a cocktail in the backfield, taking his time, having a good time. Still summertime. Throw it over. Like, I like the idea, but there is a part of the Lions defense that I think can stop their offense. There isn't a part of their defense that I think that can stop our offense. That's why I think that we win this game. And I would love to see them win by more than one score, to put all of the haters from talking about, oh, you only won because of Kelsey. Yeah, they whipped their ass without Kelsey. They need Kelsey to make it a game. Goff hasn't thrown an interception in a while. Yeah, he's creeping up on the Aaron Rodgers record. If he throws 30 passes a game and he doesn't throw an interception, he'll have that record broken by week 2. Great stretch last year. You can't expect him to keep that up. That's mistake-free football for a long time. It's just the NFL. You can't expect guys to keep that up. Mahomes has always had Kelsey. KC had better hope that he can still be himself without his favorite target. That's a tough one.
Well, that would have been like Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
I mean, for a while, that's the only guy he trusted.
Yeah, that's your security blanket that you're missing.
That's his blankie. That they asked Ben Johnson. They asked Ben Johnson what he thought about the Detroit Lions offensive line, and he said, "It's my blankie." and it's Jared Goff's blankie too. I mean, everything works better. Regular plays work better. Pass plays work better. Everything works better when you have a solid offensive line. Beth says, I agree. Control the clock. Keep Mahomes off the field. Keep him on the sideline.
Everything, gentlemen, is won in the trenches. I don't care what anybody says. It is won there. That's where the game is won, period. And the story, I've always believed that. If you control the line of scrimmage, you're going to control that game and dictate how you're going to play that game out.
Exactly.
Yeah, John says that.
I said before, the line of scrimmage would decide our game this Sunday. Green Bay versus Chicago. I thought whoever comes out on top in that matchup, as far as the defensive front seven versus the offensive line, that would determine how our game would turn out.
Yep.
Yeah. So make sure you're out there. I mean, we got Lions fans. We are talking the Lions game tonight. Lions going to Arrowhead to open up the season against the tribal chief Patrick Mahomes.
Acknowledge me.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to do the ceremonies. They're going to be all feeling good. It's going to be rocking tonight. Put your predictions into the comments. I tried to get most of them up there.
I got to run, gentlemen.
But, hey, Jason, thank you for coming on the program, brother.
Take care, brothers.
Yep. All right. So throw your predictions in there. Jeremy B says that the line in Vegas dropped 2 points overnight. Is this an indicator that Kelsey isn't playing? I mean, I know that they said that they were going to run him in practice today, and they were going to test the knee out and see if he can go. I mean, if he can go, he'll go. I mean, they're going to need him. They're going to need him in this game if they expect to win. I don't think that they can win without Travis Kelce and Chris Jones. I think the Lions need to make a statement, you know, when you got this team without their two best players. You don't need to be making heroes out of these new guys. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to break out tonight. Yeah, we only saw him for 6 snaps in preseason. And, and that was with the backup offensive line. I cannot wait to see the 12th overall pick behind best offensive line in the league. And that's regardless of whether Kelsey plays or not. It was 6.5 at 5 p.m. yesterday. Now it's 4.5. The line. Kudos to you. Did you get out there? Did you get out there and place that bet when it was 7? When the line was 7? All right. So Brett says that defensive line should shorten the time Mahomes has to throw. Now, that's where my concern is. They invested some money into their offensive line. They don't have no Orlando Brown, but they replaced their tackles. And, the word around that campfire is that line might be the best offensive line that Kansas City's had around Mahomes ever. So it'll be a test. It will definitely be a test for the defensive line to get in there and get pressure on Mahomes. But I think that our defensive line is up for the task. I think that the new secondary is up for the task. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is not he's not Will Harris. We had Will Harris start back there last year. We had Deshaun Elliott starting back there last year. Kirby Joseph and Chauncey Gardner as safeties. That might be one of the better duos in the league when this year shakes out. Yeah, I said it. One of the better duos, top 5, top 10 duo in this league. Kirby Joseph and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He led the league in interceptions. Chauncey Gardner. Kirby Joseph made a name on Aaron Rodgers. Made his name. Brian Branch looks like the truth at the nickel corner. That back end is not the same. If you're looking at the Lions secondary and going, well, they were the 32nd ranked secondary last year. I don't know. Ain't going to be 32nd. I know that. Yes, sir. At 7. Jeremy says 31-27 Lions. Getting in there. I like that score.
You like that?
That sounds good. I'm staying with I want to see it under. I'm thinking like 28-13 Lions. It's going to be hey, it is that maybe that's too strong. Maybe I'm off of my gourd. I just think it's going to be lower scoring. I think both teams are going to play to stop the other team's offenses You know? I think they're both going to be trying to run the football. Like John said Pacheco is going to run it down the Lions' throat. I think both teams are going to try to run the football. Kansas City's going to try to run the football, especially without Kelsey. I mean,
that would be a case that they run it, but the thing is, I've seen Patrick Mahomes make something out of nothing, so one's got to still be prepared for whatever Patrick Mahomes does, even without his best target.
Yeah, he is that good. He's a scary dude. He is one scary dude. Brett says the interior is very good. Tackles are suspect. Well, the tackles are new. I don't know if they're suspect. They spent $20 million a year on their tackle. I mean, maybe some people think they should have paid Orlando Brown all that money, but they. I mean, but you got a brand new guys on your offensive line, right? I mean, that you never know how that's gonna. But the Lions have brand new guys on their secondary. You can say the same thing about our secondary. I mean, can they keep Mahomes inside the pocket? Because if they let him get outside the pocket, it's just too much. It's too much to ask those cornerbacks to guard those guys for 5, 6, 7 seconds. Like, it's crazy. That's way too strong. 27-24 Lions win. Yeah.
That was my prediction too.
27-24. If they don't have Kelsey, I'm not believing in what Mahomes is going to do tonight. I think our defense is too good for Mahomes to miss that much. And I think they will game plan against that, and they will be able to do and make him one-dimensional. But if they can't stop the run, it ain't gonna matter. So, looks like I'm up against it. I just got a message from my wife. So, but I did actually get through all these comments in here. So I am so excited for football tonight. Who is fired up for football? Let's freaking go. Lions versus the Chiefs tonight in real football. We get to see these guys. A real football game. I always have fun on here. Want to put a little shout out here to even your guys right there. If you're a Packer fan, go follow Bill the Packer fan. Okay, if you're into cheese and stuff like that, you get your news, you got your roster moves, breaking stuff. Bears fans, go follow Mike the Bear fan. But all of these Lions fans in here with me, bring it in here. Please go follow this page. Follow our page. Hit the like button on the video that you're watching right now, because that's free and it helps us. And if you're watching a couple talking heads talk about football, then you're a football fan. And then we love football fans. Season's greetings to you. Season's greetings. Happy football holiday Thursday, right? Opening up the season. So go give us a follow. Every single Monday night, we do the open mic. And this Monday night is going to be off the chain because War Week will be over. The Lions and Chiefs will be over. The Packers versus the Bears will be over. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Vikings will be over, and we will get to talk about it. Maybe talk some trash. Maybe beat our chests a little bit for whatever that is. 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We doing that. NFC North open mic. And from me, Russell Wayne, this is A-Dub right here. We love talking to football. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for watching the show. And I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. One pride.
That's y'all later.
It's not fair. They were so happy. It's not gonna be okay.
What's going on, Russell Wayne and the Main Event 365 Network? This is Jason Kabinda from the Detroit Lions. Here to give y'all a shout out, man. We appreciate all the support, man. Know you guys are big fans. Know that you guys are rooting for us to take the North this year, and we're going to do just that, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Just want to give y'all a shout out. You have a great day.